Hi, everybody. Craig here. Welcome back to the Age of Wonders 3 campaign, the Elven Court. In our last episode, we continued working our way through the second scenario of the campaign, Promised Lands. And you can see here we've got a pretty good foothold on kind of the initial area. We have our throne city, of course, and we've managed to settle our second city down in the south here. And then we've managed to capture a city from Shnaga, and you can see here we're at war now with the Goblin Rogue, Shnaga the Pretty, as well as her partner Urlagh the Unchained, the Orc Warlord. So we declared war on them with kind of a preemptive strike at the beginning of the last episode. And so far it does seem to be going reasonably well. We've got control of this city, and we did manage to get a city underground, but of course we didn't defend it properly, and Shnaga was able to take it back. And so we're sending some animal units over to see if maybe we can reclaim it quickly. Otherwise, we're probably going to have to send a stronger force down there to do that. Now, before I jump into the next episode, or into this episode, I should say, I did just want to give a couple of quick shout-outs to a few individuals who left some excellent comments on the previous episode. The first of those comments is from Roge Tebnolok. Now, Roge pointed out that in regards to kind of how best to proceed, it would probably be wise to keep my hero armies together and keep them strong. And especially because in that last episode, we almost lost Nomlik in a fairly dangerous battle for the city of Rabula here. Now, thankfully, we were able to win the battle, but if Nomlik does die, you can see here, keep Nomlik alive at all costs. He must not fall. So if Nomlik were to die, we would actually lose this scenario and have to restart it. And so, obviously, that is not desirable. So we are going to try to keep his stacks strong, keep them together, and we may eventually also try to get Reskar and Sundrin. We also want to have Sundrin eventually leading her own army. We want to get them up there and have them all as a unified force. However, before doing that, I think we're going to still go for this tomb since we've kind of committed to doing it. And that would be good. Hopefully we can get some items. And then once we have the basic seafaring, we're going to go for the tomb, and then we might be able to also cruise along the water here and maybe catch up to Nomlik's group. So, really good point there from Roge. Roge also mentioned that there is still a spawner around, as evidenced by the fact that we did kill some roaming units. That's a good call. And then Roge also mentioned that there are 2 elven cities, and that was introduced to us in the first episode there. We know that there are a couple of elven cities that might be our allies if we're able to find and contact them. So just really good points there. The next comment here is from Insert Username. Insert mentioned that, to his memory, bad things happen if we touch this teleporter down here. So I am going to probably avoid doing so, at least for the near future. And the main reason for that is because obviously most of our strength is concentrated up here. I think we're just going to cruise down along this path and see what we find. Speaking of which, I didn't notice this before, but there is a sign here. Jamal was here. Well, I wonder, that would suggest maybe we're cruising kind of along the intended route. So I think this is where we're going to continue to go. So we'll have to see kind of what we're able to uncover that way. And if we do need to, we can still try the teleporter. But I'm a little less inclined now that Insert has given me that warning. Insert also mentioned that tunneling could be quite useful for both exploration progression as well as income generation. And so I think what we're going to try to do is, if we can reclaim this goblin city, we could do some digging over here or over here. Again, partially for income and partially for exploration, and to see what else we can make contact with. So really good point there from Insert. The next comment here is from Ivan Rockland. Now, Ivan pointed out that, and this is a great kind of build on what Insert had suggested, if I can get a builder produced here, or maybe from a city above ground and sent underground, I can then use the builder to tunnel, because the builder does have that capability. And if I need to, I can also create roads or a fort if needed. Say I were to, to find some good resources that are far enough away from any cities I could capture. The builder would allow me to do that. And I think that's a great point from Ivan there. Ivan also mentioned that, and this is a good reminder for me, and a kind of a reminder of something I had sort of agreed to in some of my previous playthrough series. Last episode, I defended the city of Urnez, I think twice, and I did it using a very cheesy strategy where I kind of take advantage of one of the game mechanics and the AI. And what I did is I just my units kind of retreat back, And if 5 turns pass without any damage being inflicted, the defender automatically wins, and the battle ends. And that's how I defended the city against a force that I wouldn't have been able to fight in direct combat. Now, I had previously kind of agreed that this was a cheesy strategy that sort of exploits one of the mechanics of the game, and I generally wouldn't use it, although, of course, I fell into my old habits, and so I appreciate Ivan keeping me honest. I will try to avoid using that in the future because it's not a very honorable way to defend your cities. And so moving forward, I won't be using that approach. If I end up losing a city, I'll just have to try to reclaim it. And, again, just like Underground, losing a city that you've captured isn't the end of the world. We'll just have to fight our way back and try to reclaim it. So as always, a huge thank you for the excellent comments and suggestions. Extremely appreciated. We're going to proceed into the episode and see what we can get accomplished here. All right, so last time we were pretty much at the end of our turn. So one thing I was thinking is we do want to keep Nomlik's group a bit stronger than they currently are, especially if we're going to try and raid this ancient ruin. So I think what I might do is maybe send the Flamer to join them, and then have one of these units head up just to guard the city. So maybe this Charger actually wouldn't be a bad choice. You can go like that there. So that Charger will head up to the city and just kind of play defense a little bit for us. And at least the Flamer can join in to provide some additional strength to Nomlik's group. It's not perfect, but that will at least help us out. And then this Geomancer can join in to keep this with a full stack. So I think that's going to work out reasonably well for us. So we'll end our turn there. Okay, so we've got a temple produced. That's wonderful because we are running kind of low on mana. And we do now have basic seafaring research, which means we can embark. Just like that. Wonderful. Geomancer's going to join in. And then we're going to head over to the tomb and raid it and see what we can find. Meanwhile, this unit can cruise up to guard the city. And our Flamer can head up to join the main stack as we go for this ancient ruin. Now, we don't have enough movement. Even if we hadn't used the Flamer that way, I don't think we would have enough to get to the haste berries. We wouldn't. So that's actually fine that they're now kind of grouped up. All right, let's see. Oh. This is actually a pretty difficult battle for us here. We've got a Sarcophagus, which is a tier 3 monster unit. Has a pretty nasty ranged attack there with spirit and shock damage, Mind Pierce. And then these Watchlings, which can do Petrifying Touch as well as Spirit Blast. This could be a pretty dangerous battle, and of course we're going to have Mass Curse in effect. We're still going to give it a shot, but we just have to be very, very cautious. We don't want to get in over our heads here. I think the Petrifying Touch is probably the scariest thing we're up against here. Alright, so the Winter Weaver is probably going to be either that or maybe the Shaman. Our Butcher is not the strongest. Yeah, our Winter Weaver has really good resistance, but not so amazing defense, whereas the Shaman at least has a bit more defense, but of course really isn't built to be like a tanking unit. I guess we'll use the Winter Weaver. Alright, so let's throw on a Touch of Faith. And then we can also, this is pretty important, do a Awakened Spirit. Nice. Okay. Ooh, and a level up for our Shaman, which is wonderful. Okay, we're going to just kind of advance up here. Right. And that should be it for our turn. Oh, nice. Okay, they're going to move up. Ooh, going after my archers. Yikes. That's not ideal. They hit super hard. Okay, our Flamer's going to retreat back. I think what we're going to do with Nomlik is we're going to throw on the Bestow Iron Heart to our Butcher there. And then I'm thinking maybe we go in for a freeze or something. I don't really know what else we can do here. We have to be very, very cautious. Yeah, we're in pretty tough here. This is going to be a very, very difficult situation for us, sadly. We're going to have to try and get lucky with some of our immobilization abilities, I think. Well, this is such a gamble. If we get it, it's amazing. If we don't, we're in big trouble. Let's shoot for it here, though. That's 50-50 odds. Nice. Okay, we got it. That's going to give us at least a bit of a fighting chance here, which is wonderful. Just seeing what else we can do. Really isn't a lot of additional options for us here. I moved my flamer a little further than I should have, honestly, which is not ideal. I think what we'll do is we'll park the butcher right here in defense mode. And the shaman needs to move up to assist, so let's maybe go right up here. We can just blast for some damage here on the watchling. Let's go like this. That's the best we can do, unfortunately. Uh-oh. Oh, geez, Oh, thank goodness we resisted that one. Okay, so our shamans are petrified, which is not good for them. We need to try to bail them out if possible. Jeez, okay, this is going to be tricky. I think what we're going to want to do then is... The Sarcophagus will be unfrozen soon, so we have to keep that in mind. We definitely have to kill this watchling, though. That goes without saying, I think. Now, Nomlik can probably get the kill. Maybe not, though. Let's see. Okay, this does a minimum of 7, which means it's not a guaranteed kill. Now, we could get the Flamer to finish them off if this isn't successful, however, so I guess that's not the worst. Nice, okay, we were successful. We got the kill the way we needed to. Now, one thing we can do with our Flamer is go like this and get a double whammy for some double damage here, which would not be a bad move, I think. So let's do that. Excellent. And then we can blast the Sarcophagus for some extra damage here while he's frozen. And then I'm a little nervous, though, that the Shaman is going to get attacked by the Watchlings here. Ugh, they're going to do a lot of damage. Let's see what happens. If I lose the Flamer, I'm not too upset. Yeah, that's fine. That unit's honestly kind of expendable. Okay, yeah, that's fine with me. Nomlik is going to get the finish here. Very good. And then I think our Butcher should probably head over and deal with this Watchling. The Sarcophagus we can probably handle with our Winter Weaver, I suspect. We could try for a freeze here. That's not the worst idea. Or we could just go for some damage. We are going to take some pretty nasty punishment, though, in return, which is not really ideal. Let's head over here. Give him some business. Get a bit of lifesteal. We're still in kind of rough shape, but I think we're okay. Just want to make sure we don't end up in a situation where our Butcher gets flanked horribly. That would not be ideal. You know, that's pretty scary, though. Like, look at the amount of damage that this Sarcophagus can do to us. Maybe we just freeze him. I don't know. Let's try for the freeze. It will reduce movement. Okay, we got lucky with another one. That's perfect. Okay, we should be fine now. Okay, wonderful. That's great. Reskar, or excuse me, Nomlik here has already leveled up, so nothing really more there. We might as well get the kill with the Butcher just so we get the additional experience, maybe. Although one thing I suppose we can do is go for the Entangling Touch just to get some extra experience. Nice. And then now we can get the finish easily. And a little bit of lifesteal, which is always nice. Nomlik can cruise up here and do half-decent damage. Yeah. There it is. And then we'll get the kill with the Winter Weaver. Hopefully a level up as well. Nice. Yeah, it sucks we lost the Flamer, but that was worth clearing this out and doing it safely at least, so... Oh, nice. Okay, and a little bit of headgear. Nothing crazy, but I'll take it. That's better than nothing. Give that to Nomlik. It's good, giving him a bit more defense. And we got a level up for him as well, which is wonderful. I think we will give him Sacred Arms, where he's going to buff all the units in the stack with +1 spirit damage. That's a pretty good upgrade. Chaplain is also a decent one for extra morale. And then we can head down and we can even add, you know what? I'd rather have this unit at more strength than worry about leaving a unit back to defend the city. Not to say I want to leave this unguarded, but I'm more concerned now about Nomlik's safety than I am about the city at this time. So we're going to send this unit to join in, and then they can grab the haste berries and move on next turn. All right, so we did Nomlik's level up. That's good. We produced the temple, which is excellent since we are kind of running low on mana at the moment, which is not ideal for us. In order to keep the mana situation at bay, we could do a Great Temple. Unfortunately, that is going to cost us a bit of mana to do, however. One thing I might consider doing is actually heading over here just to grab this... grab this mana, so let's do that. I know we're leaving the throne undefended, but really a single unit isn't going to be able to defend much anyway, so... in the meantime here, what do we want to build in our throne? It's going to be 9 turns until it grows. When it does grow, it's not going to add any additional structure, at least not immediately. So that's not a, doesn't mean I don't want the city to grow, but just something to keep in mind. We could build a harbor, which gives us boats that we could then deploy to this river, but that's kind of a, it's not really very versatile in where it lets us go. Units-wise, we can do a Flamer, a Crusher, or a Hatchling at the moment. We can also now make Draconian Elders, which is very good. I think we will do the Storehouse, just to improve growth. Alright, now we've got a new choice for research here we can do. I wouldn't mind the additional casting points. That's really been hurting us, not being able to bring a bit more to bear. Although, given that our current situation with our mana is so low, maybe that's actually not the worst thing ever. We are pretty limited by our mana amount. So maybe this one, where we get additional knowledge income from treasure sites. I think that one maybe is a good idea. Plus, our current pooled bank of knowledge would help shave off a turn for this. So we will go for animistic knowledge. I've kind of talked myself into it. All right. Now, this army can go and see what we're up against. Oh, and it's just a single butcher. I think we can handle this. Oh, shoot. Didn't realize there's also a Swarm Darter. That's unfortunate. You know what? We're going to try it. We're going to gamble on this one. We might do some spell casting. Oh, shoot. Yeah, speaking of spell casting, there it is. All right, well, we'll send our Dusk Adders up. Definitely need to keep our Mongrel alive. Now, we can do a Holy Cure to give us some health, or we could do 2 instances of Bless. I think we'll probably opt for the Holy Cure. I'm going to wait and let Shnaga do that again if Snaga's going to, and there it is. Okay, so now we'll do our healing. We're going to need this unit to be effective for this battle, I think. Alright, so the Dusk Adders are just going to advance here. What I'd ideally like to have happen is they come out to attack us, and let's see if maybe we can make that happen. Nice, that was a smart move. Yeah, and I can't... Oh, and I can't get to the frickin' Swarm Darter. I didn't realize that. Well, dang it. That was a blunder on my part, and it's probably going to cost me this battle, unfortunately. We will still try it, but I suspect we will not be able to win this one now. We're going to give it a shot, though. Oh, that lifesteal. Dang, I underestimated the lifesteal, that's for sure. Okay, well, let's get the flank and the kill there. That's at least something. We can get the flank shot here. That's going to give us a little bit of damage, but boy, that lifesteal is nasty. Yeah, I think we're toast. Yeah, with the lifesteal, there's just no way. Really unfortunate. We'll go in behind and do at least some damage, but I don't think it's going to matter. Even with the severely poisoned, we're still outgunned. Oh, we needed one more unit. Yeah, that was too bad. Again, my positioning wasn't good in that I let that Swarm Darter get one shot on us. So yeah, we're going to need a bigger army to go down there and take that city. And we're going to have to do it because... and this is where I think we're going to have to maybe have Sundrin lead a stack to go down there and take care of that. Because that city is going to pose a huge problem for us. Now, as for Reskar's level up here, he's level 7. Just seeing what would be beneficial. Really, there's nothing that's jumping out at me as being super exciting. Inflict bleeding wounds isn't the worst, I guess. Well, you know, one thing we could do is just give him more hit points and defense. Entangling Touch isn't bad, but... yeah, I think that's probably what we'll do. I'm just looking here. I think we'll give him extra hit points, a little bit more defense, and then we'll just save the points for the next level up here. Meanwhile, this little spiderling, I suppose... hang on a minute now. Could we maybe get that spiderling up there? Well, we can try. I don't... this unit's probably going to heal up enough, or they'll make another unit, but we can still try and maybe see if we can do something with it. Okay, and we're going to have a hatchling here at least, so we'll have something. Okay, and that's going to do it for our turn, so we will end it there. Boy, it's a real shame we weren't able to take that city. Okay, this butcher is at 23 health. I'm wondering if we can win this battle. We do have spellcasting available, of course, so will Shnaga, which is the problem. What? Let's get this hatchling underground. And we can at least have it in position to maybe try the next turn. You know what? We're going to give this a shot. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try it. It's too bad we don't have a more offensive ability. Like, we don't have an attack we can use to blast from orbit, you know? The same way that Shnaga does. So what I'm thinking is we do a bless. Boost up their defense a little bit. Yeah, this is going to be tough, but I think we just sit tight. We let them attack us. Oh, we are so close. Dang it, I forgot about first strike. Shoot. That's too bad. I didn't pay that close attention. Okay, well, we lost that battle. And the problem, too, is that unit's gaining experience and keeps leveling up. Alright, well, let's... I hate to just make a hatchling. That feels like such a waste. You know what? We're going to do it just because we need the units, honestly. Yeah, our economy is kind of terrible at the moment. It's really not ideal. Grab the haste berries and head down there. Need to grab that mana to give us a little more. Let's clear out this tomb and see what we're able to find. Ooh, dang. Unseeing Eye. What's this? Oh, wow. So this is an undead version of the Watcher kind of family of units. It's considered a support unit. Undead. It's got weakening, black bolts, melee strike with some blight damage, of course. Mind control immunity, total awareness. You know, this unit could be incredible if you were playing a Necromancer. As a support unit, it would gain heal undead once you have the right upgrade. This could be a super powerful unit to have if you're a Necromancer. We've also got an Azrak Revenant Godless. Oh, wow. I like the design of these guys. Very cool. Magic bolts, cause fear, heal undead, inflict fire plague, projectile resistance. Another support unit there. And then we've got archers. Okay, I think we should be all right for this fight, but we don't want to take it too lightly here. Ooh, weaken. Shoot. Gotta really watch out, because that weaken can be super dangerous. It's be very surprising just how much damage that does to you, or how much damage can be done to you once you have weaken applied. I think what we'll do is we will awaken the Spider Queen. That's pretty good. And Now, this Geomancer can throw some stones, which could help us out a bit. Do have to be very careful, and the Spitting Spider is getting close to leveling up. If we can get that gold medal, that would be phenomenal for us. I think we might just play this one a little bit more cautiously here, honestly. So let's just kind of pull back. I see no reason to get aggressive. I'm a little worried about Reskar, but I think he'll be fine. Yeah, we're okay. No problem. We can just let them move up, get into slightly better positioning for us to then counterattack here. We can Nourishing Meal our Foot Lancer, make sure they're healthy. Spider Queen can step up. Let's just go in with our Foot Lancer, get aggressive. There's a good kill. The Geomancer, again, we want to throw some rocks if we can. Spider Queen, we do have to be careful. We don't want to overextend ourselves and then get flanked into oblivion. That would be not super desirable. Thinking maybe what we do, though, is... Let's see, how much damage can we do if we get right in there? They have projectile resistance, so really not as much. Like this, I guess. Yeah, that's not the worst. Does put my Geomancer in a somewhat dangerous position, but I think we'd be fine. Let's see if maybe we can web the Unseeing Eye. Nice. Okay, that helps us out a bit. Spitting Spider can move up. Sundren can move up. Do a little bit of damage there. And what, we could go in for the web. I don't hate that. Oh, dang. Okay, well, that didn't go the way I wanted it to. A little worried about this Spitting Spider now. Okay, they're going after my Spider Queen. That's okay by me. I think the Spider Queen should be fine. Yeah, we're good. We resisted the Cause Fear, which is awesome. Spitting Spider should be able to hopefully get the level up here. We just have to... Ooh. Dang. I don't want to do quite that much damage. There, now we should be able to get the kill, hopefully. Yeah, there it is, and there's the level up. That's what we really needed. Okay, Foot Lancer can charge in there, get a charge and a flank, do some big damage. That's wonderful. We can step up here. Soften them up a little bit more. Nice. And then, you know what? We can even move up and get the kill, I think, here, probably. Yep, there it is. Excellent. Then the Spider Queen can finish off. You know what? Maybe we just blast the Unseeing Eye for some damage here. Yeah, because that unit's going to not be webbed for too much longer. Uh-oh. This could hurt. Oh, okay, good. We absorbed that pretty well. That was actually fairly painless, all things considered. Spitting Spider's already done its thing, so we can more or less just go for a web just because, why not? Probably a good idea to maybe try for... let's see, our Spider can advance. We can go for a Petrifying Touch just for the experience. Nice. And then I think with Reskar and with Sundren, we just want to gain some additional experience. So probably going to be best to try and get the kill with our heroes. So let's do that. Very good. Good level up for her. And then Reskar can cruise in and do a big flank attack. Excellent work. Nice. Well, that was actually super clean. And some good experience gain. And now, very importantly, we have an Elder Spitting Spider, which, again, Tier 3, very, very strong unit. Very happy to have it. Now we have 2 Tier 3 Spider Queen type units, which is excellent. I guess Spitting Spider and Spider Queen. Not to mention our Foot Lancer did get a level up too, as well as our hero. So all in all, that was pretty solid. Jatah's Rags. Now we get Blight Protection, Defense, and extra hit points. That's incredible. Very, very good item. We are absolutely going to take that. And I think I'm probably going to give this to Sundren, because Sundren is the one who needs a little bit more Blight Protection as a high elf. Ooh, and I forgot, we've got that ring already. You know what? We're at 80%. We could have total immunity if we do this. That being said, maybe it's better to spread the love a little bit to Reskar. I don't know, because what do we have for... Oh, we have 80% with him as well. Okay, well, either way, we're getting total immunity. So, what else do we get? Defense and hit points. You know what? Let's give it to Reskar. I guess the only reason we might consider giving it to Sundrin would be Assassin Strike. We might want to get her in there and do some melee, but I think we're fine. We can always switch it over if needed, too. Speaking of Assassin Strike, there it is. We could grab it if we wanted. What else could we do? We have been kind of avoiding some of these upgrades for leading a unit since she isn't doing that just yet. So maybe we go... Maybe we just go Cloak and Dagger for the extra casting points. Yeah, that's pretty good, because then we can use Quick Dash 3 times. So that's pretty solid. Now, we could head down and clear this out before doing anything else. We know that there's a pretty powerful Tier 3, I think it's a type of crocodile or something, at this structure. I just don't know if that's going to be a good idea or if we should have these units perhaps reinforce Nomlik. Again, I don't want to send Nomlik in by himself. I mean, that's super dangerous. That being said, I mean, he is now reinforced. His stack is decently powerful. When the Shaman hits gold medal, we will get another source of healing, which is going to be very good. And we are starting to level up our Winter Weaver, which is going to be our very powerful kind of main fighting and tanking unit along with this Butcher. So maybe they'll be okay. Well, you know what? We can always, if we get into trouble, we can always try to pull back. Let's just follow the road and see what we find here. Okay, this might be promising. An Orc Sorcerer manifests. Greetings, Princess Sundrin. My name is Grosack. I am happy to see you here. I think it is wise of the Elven Court to halt the Commonwealth advance. Not all orcs seek to mindlessly destroy. In fact, I want to preserve magic and the power of the land, so I have chosen to side with the Elven Court. I pledge my loyalty to you and offer you my city and warriors. Well, that's incredible. Welcome. Oh, this is excellent. Look at that. Now we've got Grosack the Sharp-Edged. We've also got a pair of Orc Apprentice units, which are Tier 2 support units. That's wonderful. That is going to make things a lot easier. Grosack also must survive, so we can't let him die. And we've met the village of Urgashan, which is now fully in our control, it looks like. Not a ton of options for it at the moment. It's fairly small, but we can certainly work to upgrade it here. Do Spearmen out of there right now. Maybe a Builder's Hall to get the production capabilities going a little bit more. It's not the worst idea. I think that's what we'll maybe shoot for to get started here. Okay. We have to be careful. Our gold is running kind of low. Now, I want to clear out this watchtower. We've got a human sergeant, which is a Tier 2 pikeman, and then 2 Tier 1 pikeman units. Should be a fairly straightforward battle. I think what we'll do is we'll send Grosack up just to join, get some experience in this fight, hopefully. We'll use Nomlik to engage. Okay, this should be fairly straightforward, but we do have to be careful. We don't want to make any mistakes here and lose any units now that we're starting to get a bit of momentum. And you know what? This makes me a little bit less worried about sending Reskar and Sundrin up to join. I think we'll be fine if they don't make it all the way up here. Since we know we've got another hero and a city to kind of build around and everything. I think maybe we will... I'm just looking to see what would be best. Probably the Butcher, I think, would be good to maybe... Thinking who I want to buff here. I think it's going to be the Butcher. Alright, let's go like this with the Shaman. We're going to buff the Winter Weaver. And then we are going to use Nomlik like this. Do our Touch of Faith. We can pull back with Grosack a little bit. We're just going to let them come to us, really. That's the main ticket here. Okay, so they're advancing. The Sergeant is there. That is the more dangerous, as it is a Tier 2 unit. Just have to be mindful of that. Most damage is going to be done by the Spirit Ray if we're going to do a ranged attack. Grosack. Now, we have to watch out, too. Our heroes are mounted, and so they are at more risk of taking some nasty damage from these pikeman-type units. So Grosack can step up. Do some pretty heavy damage there, and then our Shaman as well can get the kill. Nice. Okay, that makes things a little bit easier. Now what I'm thinking is we send our Winter Weaver in like this. We go for the freeze. Okay, we didn't get it. That's all right. But now between our Butcher, who can sit like this, and our Charger, who can sit like this, I think we are going to be just fine. Ouch, that hurt. Yikes, we took a lot of damage with the Winter Weaver and a lot of damage with the Charger. Let's step over and drop a big heal there. That's good. Giving us at least something. And then we can get in behind with the Shaman and go for the Entangle. Wonderful, there it is. Grosack is a ways away from a level up. Nomlik's already done his thing. I think we'll use Grosack to go for the kill here. We want to get him up to leveling up as much as we can. Oh, that's great. Oh, and look at this. Okay, now we can see some additional structures up here. We can see a Flow Rock Quarry that is quite well guarded. We've got an Orc Gut Piercer, Tier 2 Irregular, Tier 2 Support Unit, and a couple of Infantry Units, Tier 1. Node Serpent and a couple of Kobolds guarding an Earth Node. And then we've got some Brass Servants that are guarding a Vault of Knowledge. Interesting. It's like a mechanical unit. A machine, I should say. Oh, and it has Repair Machine. That's kind of cool. Oil Bomb. Very neat. Alright, well, that's good to know that that's there at the very least. And then we can turn around here. Might even send Grosack back to the village. What does this say? Jamal was here. Okay, so we are following in Jamal's footsteps, I guess. One thing we can do is let's just take a quick peek underground and see what we see. Okay, interesting. We've got a fort, and it looks like it's doesn't belong to anybody in particular. There is a Tier 3 Goblin Cavalry unit, a Goblin Ravager guarding it, along with a number of Goblin Skewers. So that's going to be pretty tough to take. If we do get control of it, though, it looks like we would have a gold mine that would offset the cost, and we would have some income there. So let's jump back up. This unit can rejoin the main stack up top. And then I think what we'll do here with, like I said, with Reskar and with Sundrin, I don't want to head down here. I think with Sundrin it would be good to maybe get her over to join with this group. But I think between these two stacks, we're going to be able to make something happen. So I think we'll be fine. Maybe it would be better to actually go down and deal with this while we're down here. The only thing is, this is such a dead end down here. I mean, we can go underground, of course, but then we're going to maybe have to deal with that teleporter, which is not going to be ideal. You know what? I think it's worth it. This is potentially a very, very powerful unit down here, that Tier 3. So I think if we can try and get control of it, that would be wonderful. Meanwhile, this group can just stay put for the time being here. And we're going to end the turn there. Now, underground, I'm a little worried that another unit's going to have been produced here. Let's take a look. It has not, or at least not that we can see. Let's find out. Oh, okay, wonderful. And we have a ranged attack, which is going to give us a potential chance to win this fight here. Let's see. Going to be if Shnaga decides to attack me with magic. No? Okay, well. Okay, and I think we're still out of range. We are. Nice. Okay, they're going to make life easier for us here. Okay, we are going to blast them all they're worth here. And I'm wondering if we should maybe do a bless. Just in case. Because when they attack, they're going to get that lifesteal going, right? Yeah, let's do Bless just to try to give us a better chance to win this fight. Oh, Rain of Poison Blades. Jeez, I didn't think that was going to come. Well, nicely played by Shnaga. We've spent a lot of resources trying to get that city back, and we have not been successful. So, you know what? Okay, I'm actually pretty happy now that this group is staying back here. We can go underground with them, reclaim the city, and work from there. So, we're going to head down here. We're going to fight this battle and try to obtain this dire crocodile. And we can grab those mana crystals. That's wonderful. Oh, and look at this. There is a water node here as well, so that's good to know. Well, let's hop in the water and just head on back to the throne. But in the meantime here, let's engage this battle. Yeah, definitely not my best work underground. I'm a little embarrassed at how poorly that's gone. But, you know, it's not always going to go perfectly, and you just have to keep trying your best. So we're going to go no mercy. We want to fight this battle, and we want to try to get that dire crocodile on our side here. Looks like we are now a little bit evil. We are slightly evil. Okay. Giant frogs. The frogs we just want to kill off. We don't really want to have much to do with them. They do have an ability to leap, which could be a little bit dangerous for us if we're not careful. I'm kind of inclined to maybe just retreat back a little bit here and let them sort of come to us a bit further. Footlancer is kind of in sort of rough shape. Spider Queen's feeling pretty good. Why don't we buff the... Yeah, Footlancer there. Just get that health back. Make sure we're really in fighting shape here. I think with Sundrin, we're going to retreat back as well. We'll keep our spiders kind of up front. Geomancer can retreat back as well. Like I said, we're going to let them come to us. Now, these frogs might leap in and try to do something crazy, but nope. Not. Oh, yeah, there it is. Kind of like a wisp almost, where they can jump in behind you. Let's see. Now, what kind of melee damage do we do? The stone is not as likely to get the kill, whereas the melee, we would be more likely to get the kill, but we might take some damage in return. You know what, though? Let's do that. Nice. Okay, and we did it without taking any damage. That's wonderful. Plus, we got ourselves a level up, which is great. Now, we want this crocodile to not be in defense mode. And probably the best way to do that is going to be to go for some webs. Ooh, shoot, our spider is unable to make it there. Okay, well, let's try this. Go for the web this way. Oh, amazing. Okay, well, now this is much easier. We can try and befriend. Nice, and we got it. Oh, that's incredible. And look at that. Now we've got another tier 3 very powerful animal on our side. That is incredible. Yeah, and then what we're going to do with this stack, we're going to embark. Fortunately, we are not able to this turn, which is unfortunate. Hang on. Maybe we can... What if we go like this? Nope, still not enough. Okay, so it's the spitting spider that can't. Let's see. What if we were to just embark with Sundrin, the Spider Queen, and the Footlancer? And then we've got Reskar and the Crocodile, as well as the Spitting Spider and the Geomancer. Don't know if there's really any benefit. Let's do it. Try to make optimal use of our units as best we can here. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to try to head underground. That's going to be the big thing. Alright, so it looks like we've absorbed Rabula into our empire, which is wonderful. There's not a whole lot we can do with the city at the moment, unfortunately, in terms of anything too crazy. I guess the good news, though, is we can make some goblin units. One of them is the Untouchable, who I believe, yeah, has tunneling. So that might be a decent option for us. I mean, we, of course, can make a builder, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it is nice that the Untouchable also has tunneling, which is good. Swarm Darter can be pretty darn useful as well, so definitely don't want to sleep on them either. Our mana situation is now much better. Now we're kind of in a bit of a gold drought. That's kind of the problem we're having at the moment. So what else can we do here? City's going to grow in 8 more turns. It's going to be a little while till it grows big enough to encompass the ancient ruins. So for now, that could be nice. If I remember right, the ancient ruin gives you access to, I think it's Pillar of the Stylites, which buffs your pikemen. And that could mean we could produce some pretty good butchers out of here, which is the tier 2 pikeman unit that has lifesteal, which we've seen how useful that can be. So maybe we just do a unit or 2 out of here. You know, we could, again, go for that builder. I think I'm going to start with an untouchable, though. Just because they take a single turn, that's kind of useful. Back to our throne. We really don't have the gold to do much more here, unfortunately. Just looking to see what we could still do. I mean, we could do a laboratory, get some additional knowledge income, which, you know, that's not bad, especially given that it would also mean our support units gain an additional rank when they're produced, which would benefit the Elder. Yeah, I don't hate that. I mean, again, we are using up most of our gold, which is not perhaps ideal, but I think that's going to be all right. Okay, now, a couple of big questions here. How do we want to proceed? Ideally, we'd have a scout that could go and check out what's down the road here. That would be wonderful. We don't really have that luxury at the moment, sadly. We know what's down here. It's a pretty tough battle for a fort, which we can certainly try and do. I think if we pool everybody together, we should be able to get it done. I don't think this roaming unit is threatening our city. It's not red. This is just a unit by itself that shouldn't threaten our city, so I don't think we have to worry about defending it. That being said, we don't know what's down here. So this would be a bit of a gamble if we were to head underground and try to get control of this fort. This is another one of those decisions. Alright, I'm gonna go for it here. Let's see, we can get down there. Yeah, and there's plenty to clear out. I think this is going to be worth at least trying. You know what? We could leave one apprentice up here just in case. And then we can use Grosack here in with the stack and get our support unit in to assist. I think we will be strong enough with what we've got here. Oh, yeah. All right, let's make this happen. Really, it's that one goblin unit is the thing we are the most afraid of. They don't have any ranged capability, which is also very encouraging. It's just this Ravager that's kind of scary. So here's what I'm thinking. If we just get close enough that we can start hitting them with a little bit of damage, that's going to almost force them to come out to fight. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's buff up our units, get them nice and strong. Thinking probably once again we want to... You know what? Let's do a Bestow Iron Heart on the Winter Weaver. Get that health back. Charger's a little bit beat up, but not too bad. Grosack has some spells. We have Starblade and Magic Fist. We might as well... Let's save it till they're not in defense mode, maybe, for that Magic Fist. We could do a Starblade. It is till the end of combat, which is good. Let's throw that onto our Butcher. We can maybe throw another one next turn on the Winter Weaver as well. Yeah, there's what we need. We need that unit to come out. You know what? We can even retreat back a little bit because we don't necessarily want the Ravager to engage us too aggressively here. Because, again, it could do quite a bit of damage if we're not careful. Let's see, what's the range on it? Oh, gosh, it's got quite a bit of movement potential. So let's retreat back. Make sure we're kind of just out of range of it. We will leave our spider like this, however. We will do a Awakened Spirit. And I'm going to leave my Butcher right where he is. Meanwhile, Nomlik can step up and buff the Butcher. Grosack can buff the Spider. Charger's good where he is. And I entirely forgot about the Apprentice, which is fine. I can move him in now, but... Okay, went for the net drop. Thankfully that failed, which is good. Yeah, our Butcher's in really good shape, I think, because we've got all those buffs on him. Which hopefully will make things a little bit easier for him. Well, if nothing else, the Apprentice has at least drawn one of the units over to this side, which will make things a bit easier for me. Nomlik can get the kill on the Skewer. Do have to be a little bit careful. We don't want Nomlik in a ton of danger, so we'll back him up just a little bit. Nice, good kill for him. Now, ideally, we want to kill this Ravager. The only problem is the Ravager is currently in defense mode, which is kind of interesting. One thing we could try is a Entangling Touch. Oh, and nice! The Shaman has hit gold medal and now has access to healing, which is very, very good. Let's step up and try for that Entangling Touch. Okay, resisted. That's alright. Again, the big thing is I just don't want my heroes getting ambushed too aggressively with potentially nasty attacks here. Winter Weaver. I think what we'll do with the Butcher is just attack. Yeah, that's pretty good. And you know what? We can go pretty aggressive, I think, with the Charger here. Nice. Really good work. And then what I'm going to do is have the Winter Weaver park right here. Try for a freeze. Very good. And now, Grosack should be able to get the kill. Perfect. Okay, that's great. I think we're in still reasonable shape. Nomlik is going to get attacked here. That's... Oh, really? Okay, that's interesting. I thought that unit would for sure go for Nomlik, but I guess not. Oh, you know what? That's wonderful, because now we can just flank them hard here. Let's see. Minimum of 10, maximum of 15. Minimum of 10, maximum of 14. Okay, well, this is a little bit better. Excellent, and then Grosack can get the kill. Just like that. The Butcher can step over and finish off the Skewer here. Nice, which is good for that lifesteal. And the Winter Weaver can get the kill here, I think. Although, probably better to do a flank, actually. Because this is a pikeman unit after all. So our Charger can do that. Alright, and now this unit is not able to get to us, so we will just move on over like that. Force them to come a little closer. And then we can start softening them up. A little bit of Fairy Fire. Now, this is a good opportunity to use our healing ability on the Charger, who's the weakest, or has taken the most damage, I should say. Grosack can step up, soften this guy up a little bit. Wonderful. A little more here. There it is. And then the Winter Weaver can go for a freeze. No such luck. And the Butcher can step in and get the finish. And a bit of lifesteal as well. All in all, pretty good battle for us there. And look at that. We now have access to another fort underground. Now, no income from it currently, but if we can clear out this gold mine, then we will have access to some additional income, which would be lovely. Now, I would like to probably have Grosack head back up top, because we are going to most likely have to defend what's going on up here and maybe head over this way further. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled. But at the very least, Nomlik can keep moving underground here. That's going to work really well. What we can even do is maybe go like this, and then send Grosack back like that. We can start building up an army for him at this city. Maybe summon a unit to join his stack. Do some work with him. Good level up here for Nomlik. I think we will go with Chaplain just to give that extra morale boost to our troops. Pretty good one. And then we'll save the rest of the point. Actually, you know what? We'll give him some extra hit points because he does have kind of low hit points due to being a goblin. So it's a nice little benefit for him. For Grosack, magic affinity is pretty good. Extra resistance. Extra shock damage for our troops is always useful. Start with the extra resistance, though. Play it a little bit more defensively. And there's a great opportunity to end our turn on hopefully kind of a high note here, I think. The really sad part, again, is just this city underground that we weren't able to do a better job of taking it. Maybe if I'd have been more patient and grouped my units up a bit better rather than sending them kind of one at a time. Oh well, is what it is. We're going to end the turn. We are now slightly evil, which is fine. We have our Goblin Untouchable, who can maybe start heading underground here. Alternatively, maybe we keep a unit on the city just for now, but I think it's probably better to send him underground. See if we can get him there. We do have a wild animal that can be summoned. Our rogue here can almost get underground, so let's get that going. And then Reskar and his group are going to have to embark. Let's do that. We want them underground. You know what? We could send these two over at least. Then it's just the Spitting Spider and the Geomancer that can't quite make it. And then we will head underground and see what we can... See what kind of damage we can do. Keep that unit there just to guard the city. Oh, and look at this. We've met Lucian. You shall die by my hand, weakling. Uh-oh. So now we've got a third opponent. That's kind of scary. I wonder where we met Lucian. Let me see. Maybe is he underground? I don't know. Well, that's pretty scary that now we've got another opponent entering the match. We're at war with him from what I saw there. Oh, never mind. Okay, we're not. Empire relations are respectful. Okay, my bad. I thought we were at war with him based on kind of what he said. But let me actually check. If we look at his diplomacy... Oh, great. Okay, he is at war with Shnaga and Urlagh. Okay, that we can maybe take advantage of. He's a human dreadnought, though, so I'm assuming he is... I'm assuming that he is a member of the Commonwealth, and so we're probably going to have to fight him one way or the other. But the fact that he is currently at war with both Shnaga and Urlagh is going to make things easier for us, because hopefully then their forces will be a bit divided. We do have our wild animal ready to go, so we'll have to decide where to do that. But I'm thinking probably giving it to Grosack so we can start building him up a bit of an army. Would be ideal. Again, underground here, we've got a few things to clear out. So that's probably where we'll leave it for next time, is we'll send Nomlik over, and we'll just start clearing these out. So these are just going to be some dire wolves and a regular wolf we have to fight. We can try maybe using our befriend animal with our shaman to get one of these, if nothing else, even as a scout. This mine is now property of the Caleb clan, Jamal. Okay, so it looks like he went underground. There's also a tomb. That'll be good to clear. Lots of good stuff for us. So, yeah, you know, we're progressing along here. I'm still a bit nervous. Oh, I see. This must be Lucian's territory down here. He's that, yeah, he's the purple color. Okay. Well, now at least we know where he's located. It's just going to be a matter of figuring out how to get down there. We also have to figure out where... We're going to save it, like I said, here and end the episode. We're going to have to figure out where Shnaga and Urlagh's throne cities are, respectively. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.